Cat in the box.
On. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick. We are joined by a special guest. You know him. You know who he is. He's Jules. He's from the BBO NYG podcast that we do. He's on location, man. He's doing the podcast on location from down south, man, down below, man. Jules, what's the good, man? What is up?
What is up? What is up? Joining you live from Florida, South Florida to be exact. No better place to be during this time of the year because at least it's warm enough to be sitting outside in a t-shirt and shorts. That's all I can say.
And drinking a manly beer, right? You're drinking like the hardest core man beer of all time.
Well, before I was drinking something called Terrapin, and I talked about this earlier, called the Hopsecutionator, which is one of the best IPAs out there. But you know what? I got to show my feminine side and show that I have a little bit lighter side of things. So for those of you that might want something a little different, you could do a Bromosa. All right? I'm just going to hold that up for the YouTube series. Yeah, Bromosa.
It looks like you wrote the bro on there on the can.
Yeah, cross it out. You buffed it out.
Yo, and the funny thing is the bro actually goes over the M and the I for mimosa. So like it's like a total play on it because we're all the thing to go with it. And it's a tangerine IPA, but I'm telling you right now, it's pretty fucking good. And it's 7%. So, you know, it does pack a little punch with it.
There you go.
Anyhow, to the show.
Cracking up. There it is. That's that sound we all love.
There it is.
Man, so Nick, how was your weekend, Nick?
I don't really remember. Did I do it? Did I do something that I'm supposed to talk about?
I don't know. Like I just like to start the show like real quick. Like, how was the weekend? Like, I didn't do shit. I'll just tell you right now. I got hammered both days for the fucking football games. I fell asleep during one of them. So pretty much that was my weekend, man. I was just asking you how you do you remember what you did? Did you get fucking hammered too?
I think I got drunk on Friday. I can't remember at all. Oh no, I played poker on Friday. I played a poker tournament. Split it 3 ways, made a couple buckies.
That's good.
Then Saturday, I don't remember what the fuck I did on Saturday during the day, but I do know that I was hungover. Yeah. And then I went to go see my cousin's band, Jackknife Laurie, my cousin LJ, up in Carmel. Got lost. It was great. Dude, you ever think that you know where you're going? You're like, okay, Carmel.
I know Carmel. I know
35,
Carmel.
40 minutes.
Where was the place?
Right?
Where was the place?
Spins Bowling.
Oh, I know where that is. It's right by the Wendy's.
Right. So I don't know. I have no idea. But this is actually that does sound familiar. Right. But here's what goes on, right? My cousin puts on Facebook District Social live at District Social in Carmel. So we type in District Social in Carmel and it keeps going to Beacon. And then Anne-Marie's like, oh, Beacon's right near there. Carmel. And I'm like, okay, fine. So we go there.
Not really.
We go there. No, not at all. We go there and we hear a band. We walk in. We're like, this isn't my cousin's band. And then I called my friend up. He was like, dude, it's not District Social. It's like Spins Bowling Alley or something. So we got lost. And then we got found. And then we went to go see my cousin's band, his kick-ass band. And then that's about it. Yeah.
Did you have to wear bowling shoes during this whole fucking thing? Did you have to trade in your shoes and get like bowling shoes to watch the fucking band play?
No, but the place is real cool, man. Bowling alley, axe throwing, arcade,
this shit's awesome.
Food. Yeah.
It's the place to be, like in Carmel, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you draw any axes?
No, I don't do that stupid shit.
Manly shit.
I go upstate and throw my own axes. I don't pay fucking somebody $20 to throw a couple axes and so he can laugh at me when I fucking miss the board.
Like Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
Jules,
one thing I may have left out that I didn't talk about, Uber can go fuck themselves.
Wow.
You heard it here first. I'm gonna say they can go fuck themselves. All right, like seriously. So I had my Uber account completely suspended for indefinitely. I don't know for how long. Literally all because I went out and I had a few too many drinks on Friday night. And the only thing I could think of, right, was I think, and look, let me mind you, the last place I was at, when you leave, you have to walk by bouncers. And you know no bouncers are letting you out of the place with a fucking beer. Now, could I have snuck one in my pocket and then pulled it out when I got in the Uber? Maybe, you know, did I accidentally maybe like spill a little bit on the floor when I pulled it out of my pocket to get into the car? Yeah, okay, I did that. All right, whatever. Shoot me in the fucking head. What do you want from me? All right. But because of that, and because I had incidences in the past, dude, they're like ready to put me in fucking rehab and tell me that I can no longer use Uber services. And I like, I went off. I fucking sent them an email and I like, look, unless your fucking drivers are certified counselors in drug rehabilitation and fucking alcoholism, they have no fucking right to say anything about me.
How do you
Guess
get
what?
thrown in Uber jail?
Dude, it's not even Uber jail because I don't even know if they're gonna like my account is like suspended indefinitely. It's not even like AOL, Facebook, or like Twitter when you get in trouble. And like they're like, oh, you're back in like 2 weeks. So they didn't even they're like, you're done. You're done. We had enough for you. All right. Like it's over. I had 2 other incidences, one time in Queens and another in Vegas.
2 others.
Like, now, I was just saying, but they were like 4 years ago, bro. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
I would have gave you Jules. The second you came in the car with a beer, 5 stars. Right off the fucking bat, man. You're going up a notch.
Thank you. Especially where I just came from. You just picked me up. You can't leave there with a beer. And I have one. You should be like, damn, bro, that's props right there. Fist pump. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Not trying to be like, oh, you made a mess in my car. By the way, for spilling beer in the back seat, and you don't even get it on the back seat, you get it like on the floor, like where they have the mats and they just rinse it off for like 2 seconds. $20 they want to charge you for that shit.
Wow.
Dude, if I'm the Uber driver, I'm letting you drive. 5 stars, man. Right off the fucking bat. Let's go.
Hello, Joe. You can ride shotgun.
Going on the top like Teen Wolf, man. I'm fucking on the fucking top hood of the fucking van.
This is your father speaking. Now open this door right this minute.
A wolf.
So then I was subjected to use Lyft on Sunday because I was like, oh, my Uber account's still there. And I was putting up a storm with emails and everything to the point where one of the responses from Uber was they were accrediting my account $5. Then the other response was that I was suspended indefinitely. So they were all fucking retarded and they were a fucked up company. They're horrible to their drivers. Fuck Uber. But anyhow, I go to use Lyft and the first motherfucker, he actually pretends to pick me up and then doesn't. And then I see him continuing on the little map and he finishes out the shit and I get charged $12 for the cab. And I'm still home. I didn't leave. I was like, what?
That's wild.
Dude. So, man, I've had one of those weekends with this shit.
Wow. Well,
that's a fucking pimp ass move, though, man. Like, beep beep.
But that he like somehow mid like call switched the pickup. And like, I didn't even get the notification. I only realized it after the whole trip was completed. And I'm at like, my address here is like 100. And all of a sudden it was like 180. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't put it in. I put my location. Every time I put my location, it's where I am.
My man took
somebody else.
My man took one look at you. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I'm charging the motherfucker. Like, I thought I was
going out.
Man,
or they got Jules up on a fucking on a website, his face on fucking Uber / Lyft website, and there's like talks about him all over the place. And the guy was like, "This dude's crazy. Don't stop for him." And then he saw you. He's like, "Oh hell no!"
The reason why I got in trouble in Vegas. The reason why I got in trouble in Vegas, well, not to mention that I was wrecked, but the guy actually stopped at the gas station and allowed me to buy another beer and like a bag of chips. What do you think is going to happen when you allow someone to go to the gas station that's heavily intoxicated, get another beer, and get on it? True story, though. Within that same hour, I was able to go to the airport, buy a fucking double shot of whiskey, and get on a JetBlue plane and make it to JFK. But this motherfucker says I made a mess in his Uber, and now I'm suspended indefinitely, and I got to pay that motherfucker an extra $25. Get the fuck out of here, Uber. All right, people like JetBlue. I got through fucking security at an airport. Like, come on, how drunk could I have really been?
If I was the judge and you came into my court and you already had 2 priors, you'd be getting fucking suspended indefinitely in my court as well. All right, with your fucking priors, with your goddamn priors.
Ching ching.
3 strikes, you're out, bitch. This isn't New York City.
Uber believes in that shit too, but I'm just saying, how am I so like dysfunctional in the back of an Uber, but yet I can board a plane and go back to New York and go through security and have my bag and everything? Come on.
I don't know, because I've seen you very fucked up before. I don't know how that you could manage to get onto an airplane
Got on a
and pass
fucking
through
plane,
customs.
baby.
Well, Jules is not allowed to use mass transportation. That's what we got out of the introduction to this podcast. But Nick, I got to go to you with the topics that we got to discuss on this episode. What topics do we got going on this week?
Joe Rogan versus Neil Young. Supreme Court mask mandates in New York, or the overturning of the mandates. Money, as Mike says, money escaped in Penn.
That means monkey escaped.
Money.
Let me translate. Monkey escaped in Pennsylvania. That did not come out right.
Monkey, there it is.
Rogers boycotting Super Bowl if he got there. He's verse Biden.
So it's Aaron Rodgers versus Biden. Jules had the same question on that one.
Okay. And
whatever you got.
And people and companies almost to the point where they're going to start firing people again for not being vaccinated. I've heard this on through the grapevine. And that's about it. We'll get into some other stuff, but
and a big fuck you to Uber.
Yeah. Jules,
that's what I
as
got.
the guest, what do you want to start with, buddy?
I want to start with the monkey in Pennsylvania.
I figured you would. All our special guests apparently have like some sort of fetish for fucking some sort of animals. Crazy Chris has a fetish for penguins. He shoves them up his fucking penis hole. This guy has a fucking fetish with monkeys, I guess.
Yo, monkeys are cool, man. Did you see Friends back in the day when we were fucking watching that show? Like, bro, they had the little pet monkey. Yeah, Ross had the little pet monkey. Like, come on, bro. How would you not want one of those little things right now? Could you imagine I'm doing this podcast, right? And you just see him chilling, like he's swimming laps in the pool right now. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Yo, monkey, come here." He hops out. He's like, "What do you need?" And he just looks at me. I'm like, "Give me a beer. Get me a beer." And he runs. He cracks his shit open. I'm like, "I go back for the swim." He jump back in. That'd be fantastic.
Give me a beer.
Yeah, Robin Williams had Coco and shit, man. Everybody had a monkey except us. We got to get a monkey on this fucking next episode of the podcast.
Dude, that shit would be phenomenal, man.
That'd be cool.
So anyway, like in case anybody wants to know about the whole monkeys escaping in Pennsylvania, there was a truck driver, like he was carrying a trailer.
Mike, sorry to interrupt you, Mike. Can you tell the people what Pennsylvania is? Like, what is that? Where is it?
It's a country, right? In the United States. Is that what it is? So Pennsylvania is a country in the United States.
Philly in there, maybe?
I think it's the capital. All right. So it's the capital of the United States in the country of America. So on this past Friday, a truck towing company, a trailer, was carrying like 100 lab monkeys that they were getting fucking tested and fucking needles and God knows.
Did they make a movie about this?
Yeah, pretty much. And then like all of them fucking like apparently all of them escaped for like a brief minute, but they didn't know where to fucking go. So they captured all 99 except for one. One monkey just got the fuck out of here. He's like, "Yo, I'm done with this fucking shit." So he's unaccounted for. So some fucking monkey is just fucking living out his fucking dream, man. He escaped. He fucking escaped. And now nobody knows where the fuck he is. And he's probably got fucking so much fucking like big farm company medication shoved up his asshole that he's just gonna fucking go unleash some fucking crazy shit, and we're gonna get stuck with a monkey virus gonna come out because of this jackass.
Oh yeah.
So basically, like Planet of the Apes, right? So like Caesar escaped. He's gonna start speaking to us.
Yeah.
He's gonna know English, and he's gonna just be on the lam right now. And didn't some woman like almost come face to face with him? This is just like that movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman and a few other people that were in there, Cooper Gunn Jr. This is exactly what it sounds like. I remember, wasn't it like they stole the monkey or something and it broke out, and then he like fucking spread that disease, and they almost all died, and they got it to ground zero, and they used a little girl to like siphon the monkey in.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Dude, that monkey's probably, he probably got shot up with so much shit that when he gets found, he's going to rat the pharmaceutical company out. And they're going to be like, they're going to put him on the news. He's like, "They shoved all this shit up my ass." Somebody's going to shoot the monkey. Nobody's going to care. And everybody's going to think it was a fake monkey in the first place. It's all bullshit.
Or he's just fucking everything that moves right now. He's just going around just fucking.
Right.
because he's a fucking goddamn monkey. Fucking been locked up in a cage for all his life. Now he's just like fucking looking at everything, exploring everything. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Yo, leave that monkey alone, man. Let him fucking be.
Monkey's out of the bottle, man.
Or it's gonna be like on South Park, where like Mickey Mouse and fucking Stan Marsh were both fucking like whatever that animal was in China, and that's how they started COVID.
Get the
I don't know if you guys saw that episode of South Park yet.
Oh yeah. When he's fucking the thing, where his dad is like fucking the thing. Yeah, I see that.
I mean, you know, they could kind of like put that in right now. It'd be awesome. Just a little hit out there to the South Park guys. Just saying.
It's a great episode. I think Randy Marsh was hanging out with Mickey Mouse, and he's fucking taking him around town, and they just start fucking weird animals, and that's how COVID spread. Apparently, that's what they think. Actually, makes fucking sense.
You made a good point though, Mike, that they can if the COVID plan backfires on them and the people start rising up, they got the monkey in their back pocket, bro. You know how many people would buy into that shit? Oh, these monkeys were fucking, they had this rare disease that we were trying to cure. Oh no. One monkey gets out. I don't understand. What happened? The truck crashed?
I think it rear-ended like a tractor trailer. And then all the monkeys just like on the parkway, just fucking running all over the goddamn fucking place.
So you're telling me that whatever happened enabled all of the monkeys to get out of the truck somehow. So they rear end someone and all the fucking locks released and they're all like, ah! The back door opened as well.
I might be exaggerated. I might be exaggerated.
They have superhuman thoughts, okay? They planned this shit. All right?
I don't think there was 100 monkeys just running around the parkway throwing their shit at each other, but that's a fucking funny ass image if that's the fucking truth. Oh,
bro,
man.
the monkeys knew, right? They had like a blunt or a joint roll. They had like a pre-roll, and you know how like you have like those little vents so they could breathe. They like fucking stuck it through, and the driver was like, "Oh, what's this?" And he like lit that shit up, and got a little high, and they crashed. And they were like, "Oh, it's time to go."
I know what you're describing. You're describing like the fucking gremlins. Like I picture like 10 monkeys escaping, acted like gremlins at the fucking bar, drinking, smoking, fucking throwing shit at the lights, breaking shit, killing things. Like that's how I picture it. Oh man,
Jumanji. There's a scene where the monkeys all get out and wreak fucking havoc, right?
Well, and then you think about it, right? Only one got away, right? So you figure this one was probably the one that was in the lab for the longest. He had the most shit like shot in him or her, whatever it is. And like literally is like the smartest. And it's like, all right, I'm going to get you fucking retards to follow me, okay? Don't worry, this is what we do. You cause a whole ruckus. You idiots stand in the middle of the road and I'm out.
Right. Man, you went for the country.
And you guys are wondering where he is, bro. He's just starting in Pennsylvania. He's making his way out to fucking LA. He's gonna be in Hollywood. He's like, I'm gonna make a big
people seen him. They seen him on the side of the road. They seen him hitchhiking, and they were like, "Yo, pick him up!" And they fucking the tow truck driver. They fucking picked up the monkey, took him across state lines. Man, he's gone. He's out. He's a movie star now.
Pick him up. Big gulp in it.
Pick him up. Shit. But yeah, that's the story of the monkey, though.
Yeah, well, speaking of,
at least it's not down here in Florida, bro, because like everything else is down here. You know what I mean?
He's
like,
gonna be down
watch
there.
out for a fucking monkey.
Look behind you.
Yeah, right. I have a couple times already. I thought I heard something before. I was like, oh god damn it, what is that?
He threw his shit at you.
Well, speaking of morons, there's I could go into any topic with that one right there. But we're gonna go with the Rogan versus Neil Young thing because
oh my goodness,
this one really like pissed me off because it's just pure stupidity. Right, on fucking Jerry News on Instagram, they post up that Neil Young stated to Spotify, "It's either me or Joe Rogan on your platform. My music will not be played on your platform if Joe Rogan's podcast filled with misinformation still exists." So a guy like Neil Young, who's fucking, he should have been, I don't know, he's 180 years old. Nobody really gives a shit about anything that you're doing nowadays, I'd imagine. You had some good fucking music, really good music when you were younger, but like, number one, who gives a shit? If Joe Rogan's podcast is the most popular podcast of all time, Why would anybody give a fuck about Neil Young
True, though.
being on Spotify? You just got yourself kicked off of Spotify now. That's all you did.
Neil Young is so old that he had to legally change his last name to Neil Old.
Neil Old.
He is whack. He has like
Yeah, but listen,
6,000 followers.
They might be upset in Boston, bro. They fucking live by that Sweet Caroline song. I think it's like played at every bar every night in Boston. Like that's how like, you know how you have closing time? All of a sudden you hear Sweet
Anybody can sing that.
Caroline. Oh my God.
Guys, Jules.
Yeah.
Neil Young, not fucking Neil Diamond.
Oh, you know, that just changed my whole thought process.
Yeah, if Neil Diamond said that, I would have been like, I would have been kind of pissed at Neil for that.
Right?
Like, yeah, like come on, Neil Diamond. Like,
I don't
you
even know
can't
who
do
Neil
that.
Young is.
Dude, Neil Young sings. Well, look, listen to this from Sweet Home Alabama. Tell Neil Young to remember. Yeah. So I guess nobody likes Neil Young anyway, but he had some cool songs. But
I could guarantee you that probably like fucking 85% of the listeners were in the same boat I was, and it's like, who the fuck is Neil Young?
that's what I'm saying. It's not relevant anymore. I could see if like Bieber was like, yo, if Joe Rogan, oh, excuse me, I sounded like a demon. If Joe Rogan's on, I'm off. Then there would be a problem.
Right.
But the main thing here is, why would you give a fuck? Like Neil Young, you've probably shared the stage with way worse individuals than Joe Rogan. And why way worse? I don't think Joe Rogan's bad at all. I'm saying like to these people's eyes, right? He's probably shared stages with fucking killers. He's probably shared stage with fucking rapists, fucking everything. He's probably hung out with all of these people in his life. And he doesn't want to be associated with Joe Rogan because somebody must have got into his fucking pocket as well. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Everybody wants to be so self-righteous. Get the fuck out of here.
Joe Rogan's also like a crazy bastard. He's back on the roids again. If you seen him lately, he's jacked again. Like, yo, you
better watch his back.
You look at Joe Rogan now, right? Just saying.
You're dead, Neil. You're fucking dead. He's gonna put you in a fucking hammer
kick Neil Young's ass. He's crazy like that. Like if he runs into a club right now and Neil Young happens to be walking out, Neil Young says one thing, he'll like go over there and smack him. We don't give a fuck how old he is. He'll be like, "Oh, come in, Nick. Come in."
DDT him right there on the spot. You're dead, Neil. You're fucking dead. This for Neil Diamond for confusing me.
Dude, we should send one of those fucking like Zodiac killer fucking letters to Neil Young's house, right? And it just write straight out, love Joe Rogan, right? So when Joe Rogan gets arrested, everybody shows up to like the court like this. I'm Joe Rogan. No, I'm Joe Rogan. Stepping up like I'm Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan gets the death penalty anyway because that's just how the movie's gonna end.
In Spartacus.
Yeah.
All the Joe Rogans. Please stand up.
All the Joe
Please stand up.
They kill every Joe Rogan.
I mean, listen, you know what? It's probably that thing too, where it's like if Neil Young is that irrelevant, where I literally after a bunch of these bro Moses and shit, confused it for Neil Diamond. Right? I wasn't even really thinking for a moment. I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, you realize that he's just doing that because he's literally going after the guy that has the biggest podcast in the world. And you know what? Like he's gonna use that as notoriety. He's gonna ride the curtails, and that's it.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, go download some of my songs on Spotify before they throw me off.
It's no comparison between them two. It's like me going against like Britney Spears saying it's me or Britney. And everybody's gonna be like, yo, Britney, like, who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, stupid Neil Young, you idiot. It's Joe Rogan, bitch.
Yo, wait, bitch. Mike, maybe we can make this podcast famous by making skits like that. Like, it's either the Mix It Up podcast or Joe Rogan. You guys got to fucking choose right now.
We like Joe Rogan. We like Joe Rogan. We like go up to somebody else. So like, yeah, hell yeah.
You have fucking 5 seconds to choose. I don't need 5 seconds. Joe Rogan. Like, it's over.
What did you say? 5 what?
You have 5 seconds
5
to
seconds.
choose. 5 seconds to choose, Nick.
5
Either
seconds to choose.
mix it
I
up
was a little messed up there.
or Joe Rogan. Mix it up with Joe.
Duh.
What'd you think I
You
said?
said 5 sacks and shoes.
5 sacks and shoes. Might have been something I said over the weekend watching football. I don't know.
Wait.
You know what, Nick?
5
I
sacks
think
and
that was your
shoes.
conversation before you fell asleep on Sunday.
It sounds like the
Oh,
Christmas
shit.
song and shit. 5
Yeah.
golden eggs, 2 golden birds, 5 sacks and shoes, 8 golden rings.
But you know what, Nick? You're right.
Showers.
You know what? If we went after like a Joe Rogan enough and we made that into like a joke, all we need is Joe Rogan to be pissed off enough where he's just like, who the fuck are these assholes?
Yeah.
We're like, yes,
Right.
we're gonna be famous now. Thank you, bro.
Then he shows up as your Uber driver, Jules.
Oh, yeah, he'll throw me in a fucking headlock and fucking like,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
put me in like a chokehold or something.
Like fucking 5 stars right there.
Trainer. The other day, well, actually yesterday, I was at band practice and we were talking about like pharmaceutical drugs.
Yep.
And I brought up Skyrizi, right? So then my drummer, they were talking and I was like, we were talking about it for a while and he was, oh, you got a podcast? So I sent him the podcast today. he heard last week's podcast where we were mentioning Skyrizi. And he was like, this is why you mentioned it yesterday.
That's
Oh,
fucking great, man. Yeah, I had that like that thing too. I texted you during the week, like a couple guys that I work out with at the gym or I see at the gym, during the week. They listen to the podcast and they listen to like the Malarsic story we talked about, like caught red-handed that he loves to fucking bring up. So like I'm at the opposite side of the gym, right, Jules? I'm like far away, like I'm in like the weight section, and these guys, these 2 idiots, Ralphie and Dom, they're like all the way in the corner in the fucking like cardio room, and they're fucking walking towards me like caught red-handed, and they're fucking screaming it. I'm like, shut the fuck up, like you idiot.
Oh shit.
It fucking caught me off guard, man. I fucking started laughing. I'm like, yo,
Dude,
fucking loud. Everybody's looking at us.
Maybe that's the skit that would make us fucking famous, Mike. We wouldn't have to do any sort of nudity at all.
Right.
But we make that fucking skit, bro.
Get a bucket of paint, red paint.
And then the music's just like bam, bam.
That is
Oh
insane.
shit.
That is insane. If
Mike
you want-
Kolarczyk has to have a fucking mullet wig on or something.
Oh, mullet wig on him would be fucking hysterical. Oh,
Can
that's
you imagine him running around with that?
what
Yeah,
kind of
and then
outfit?
he'd have to I'm thinking suspenders, like overalls, right? With no shirt on. With no shirt on.
No shirt, suspenders, but with like a potato sack on. We'll put him in a fucking potato sack with suspenders. Oh, that'll be.
He's got to
fucking
have one of
hilarious.
those wired microphones. He's got to have like one of the wired
the
microphones
back?
that he holds in one hand and the other hand. It's like, you got caught red-handed.
Yo, he has
Put the
a-
microphone up to the guy's face.
He has a boom mic. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, in the video, it's so budget that you see another boom
See
mic
everything.
like popping over the stall.
Oh, that's fucking great, man. That's fucking great. The fucking boom mic flushes. Yeah, like we gotta fucking make this fucking shit happen, man. There's fucking no doubt.
This is something we got to do, I think.
And the guy's like, "What is that, man?" He's like, just shut the fuck up and dip your hand in the paint. And shut the fuck up. Oh shit.
Holy shit. All right, man. On that fucking note, let's take a quick commercial break on the Mix It Up podcast so we can think of some ideas on how to make this skit happen. But we'll be right back with me, Nick, and Jules.
Bye.
All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. That's Jules. Special guest this week on the Mix It Up. Nick, what other topics we got going on besides caught red-handed?
You froze up, so I didn't hear what the fuck you just said.
Something
I
about
did.
other than caught red-handed.
Yeah,
Other topics?
other topics besides that.
Oh, Jules, he froze up for you too?
A little bit, yeah. Just
Okay.
a tad,
I
too
did.
much.
Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers for a little bit and how he said he was going to boycott the Super Bowl if he got there, which he obviously didn't get there because he's a fucking idiot and the Packers played like shit, which a lot of teams played like shit. But
Packers
Yeah,
offense
so-
played that shit.
yeah, the Packers, yeah. I mean, both defenses played fucking phenomenally, right? But You should have been able to put up some points, dude. Cowboys should have won their game. Fucking pathetic. And the Packers should have beat them too. What the fuck's going on here? But anyway, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, right? And how he's our new hero, basically.
Praise Aaron Rodgers. Do you guys know what he did?
He banged a lot of hot chicks. I know that.
I mean, besides that, and Cheyenne Woodley and Dana Kirkpatrick, he did well. He did well for himself. Good job, A-Rob.
What's her name? Aubrey. What's the last name out of X-Men and all that kind of stuff? Aubrey.
The hot chick, right?
He was going out with her for a while too. That was his girlfriend for a little bit.
I don't think her name's Aubrey whatsoever.
Yeah, this is.
Ain't it Jennifer Lawrence?
No,
he didn't go out with her, right?
No, definitely not.
Her name's not Aubrey, man.
Dude, hold on. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't want to Google Aaron Rodgers' sexual history, but I'm going to tell you his deal with the anti-vax rant. So pretty much Aaron Rodgers ripped Joe Biden, our scumbag president of the United States, but whatever. He blasted Biden for his quote unquote fake White House, and the anti-vaccine rant just went into question about the 2020 election result too. So he kind of fucking brought that up. So basically what he said was when the president of the United States says this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, it's because of him and his constitutes, which I don't know. I guess they were any attempts at public speaking, which kind of was a shot at Joe Biden for kind of because he fucks up a lot when he's talking to different press conference or different media members. And we'll get into another thing, what he said to a media member, after this. But, he's I guess he got 81 million votes with a question mark saying that, hey, he cheated in the vote situation, but everybody talked about that with President Trump. So A-Rod, it's just he's going against these fucking people, and people should take notice because he's kind of speaking up for people that really don't have voices when they kind of get shit on by these cancel culture people and just have an opinion.
And like I said, I've given a lot less fucks the last couple of years. Yeah. But one thing I do give a major fuck about is
coronavirus.
Yeah, it's nice to have him. It's nice to have you, Aaron, even though I heard you are a very big dick in real life, which I could imagine. Apparently you treat your teammates like shit, but that's all hearsay. I don't believe anything anymore that comes out of any sort of news source whatsoever. But maybe you're not a dick, but you definitely have the balls to stand up to the whole entire world, which you got to respect that, man. But this is the thing as well. I think that all this shit probably got into his head and 100% fucked up his season at the end of in this playoff game. It had to, you know what I mean? Because he's probably got this anger in him now because it's, when you start talking your truth and you got to defend it, your mind gets off of that. And that's not where you're playing a fucking championship football game. I know it's not I know it wasn't the championship game. I mean, you have to play up to the fucking championship level. You got to be fucking 100% focused, man. And he wasn't. And there's talks that he didn't even really give a fuck. It doesn't even want to be on the Packers anymore. So
that's a whole nother story. Yeah.
Oh, listen, it was Olivia Munn that I was looking at prior.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure she was in a movie or a show where her name was Aubrey. So that's where I was confused.
She used to suck hot dogs on a string on that game show that she was on.
So you definitely got like some smacked in the face with a sausage or something, or a frankfurter, if I remember correctly.
A frankfurter.
A big frankfurter.
I think we call those hot dogs around here.
Yeah, well, hot dogs, frankfurters,
It's a breast. It's a breast.
Yeah. Wieners, who knows?
Bring those breasts.
Depends what part of the country you're in.
Nice breasts.
I'm bored and horny.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is a spokesperson. Tell us, Jules. How do you feel about it?
There's so many things that could be said about Aaron Rodgers. Look, he medically cannot be vaccinated. And that's the reason why he had to take an alternative, right? So that's that, so his stand isn't political, it's medically induced, and that's the reason why he did that. But he does say a few things. He does stand up for himself in regards to that. But you know what?
Bullshit. Bullshit. We all know that that's a bullshit fucking excuse. Come on.
It probably is. It probably is. And that's kind of where I was going with this, was that yes, you can say the whole thing about Aaron Rodgers, but he is kind of full of shit. He's a good looking dude. He could play football. He won a fucking Super Bowl, but then like he just thinks that like he put up crazy MVP type numbers this season. But that's just what he does. Like, and then it's just like when the game is on the line, when he has to like put that extra little effort in and like really go out there and try to get that win and do it, he doesn't do it. Look, he's been noted that when he got drafted, and it was great to watch it again over the weekend, where he was saying that, San Francisco passed up on me. They took Alex Smith instead of me. He's like, they're going to regret doing that. I'm going to make them regret that all. It's like, guess what, Dick? You never beat them in the playoffs. So who's regretting what at this point? I think the San Francisco fan base is like, yeah, thank you. Fuck you, Rodgers. We didn't need your ass anyway, except they haven't won a Super Bowl. But right in the corner of the mic here, he thinks they're going to probably win it this year anyway. So, they're going to beat the Rams. They're going to beat Kansas City. So go fucking San Fran.
Nah, I doubt it.
I don't think any 49ers fan says, fuck you, Rodgers. We didn't need you anyway. I don't think they ever say that.
They're lying to themselves if they did.
Yeah, they go cry in the bathroom.
We would be, so like, come on.
I want Rodgers to be like the next president, man. He really like had people's back. Like, he's like, it's not helping the conversation by the president of the United States calling the pandemic of the unvaccinated. It's kind of fucked up, man. You're pinning, like, you're causing division, and you're not supposed to cause a division when you're the president of the United States. You're supposed to bring people together. You're not supposed to go the opposite. So why is he doing that? Why is Biden doing that? So we got to appreciate Rodgers stepping up and putting his name out there and to have our back,
Well, I feel like that's been Biden's whole fucking campaign, division. He's been trying to put division into the whole country ever since he was like campaigning for the election. It's disgusting. And don't even get me started on that because I hate getting super political with shit. But it's the truth. And that's what he just kind of drives on. I mean, look at the fact that now he wants to intervene with Russia and Ukraine. Meanwhile, Putin's like, dude, I'm not invading. Ukraine is like honestly been said and already, like, their leaders going back and saying, yeah, look, we hear this shit all the time. Every once in a while, Russia likes to just like fuck around and be like, hey, we could come and invade you at any time. We're not going to, but we just like to fuck with you. And it never happened, right? But then you got Biden because he's part of that Obama administration and all that other nonsense and Hillary Clinton and all that shit. And they're automatically, they just fucking can't stand Russia like it's 1980 and it's the Cold War all over again. And they just have to be like, it's the Soviet Union. It's like, yo, dude, that shit was fucking 30 years ago. It's past. It ain't what it was anymore, right? If anything, Russia should be more of our ally, considering the way China is and India is and all that kind of shit and how strong their economies are and their populations. Like, enough with it. It's over. It's a wrap. Like, it ain't gonna happen. He's not gonna go invade there. And if he did, it's only for natural gas, and that's another whole story. But it's bullshit. Like, I can't stand Biden. And then, imagine if this was Trump and he was doing the things that Biden was doing, this shit would be all over the news and media. I mean, this dude literally called one of the reporters a son of a bitch. Could you imagine if Trump in the middle of a press conference called someone a son of a bitch?
A stupid son of a bitch.
That shit would be everywhere, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you barely heard it when it came out of Biden's mouth. So it's ridiculous.
Jules, you gave the PG version. He called him a stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, there you go.
I'm like, what a piece of shit.
Crazy, man.
You know what I mean? Like, and I just love the way, if you're watching on YouTube, the way Mike is just frozen there as he is like, after he made his statement, he's like, yeah, I'm drinking that shit. Man. Well, yeah, that's my whole take on that. I know we went a little off topic with as far as relating to Rodgers. Rodgers to me is to be determined. Let's see what his hunger really is for the NFL if he goes to a team that's ready to win and he wants to win somewhere else and he's successful. Or, I mean, look, the dude wanted to host Jeopardy. He was ready to retire when Alex Trebek had to step down for health reasons, and he wanted to step in and do that shit, right? So, like, maybe he is. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is young as fuck. He does Jeopardy for a few years, then he runs for Senate. Who knows, man? Maybe in like, I don't know, figure 10 years, 15 years, maybe like 2037, he's running for president. Who the fuck knows? Like around that time, obviously it's not the exact presidential year, but you know what I get.
That'd be dope.
That'd be wild.
Who wouldn't fucking want him fucking there? Except these damn libs.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people, that hate the fucking back.
It's crazy, right? Because we talk from our generation, but, one thing that's been a very hot topic of late, and again, it's sports related, and I hate to always have to just bring up sport related type of conversations, but, a topic that's come up for big debate was the whole Hall of Fame ballot thing. And now, does Roger Clemens deserve to be in? Does Barry Bonds deserve to be in? And, you had all these writers where some of them that were voting against it because of the steroid era, that they literally looked down on them and they would never do it. But a lot of those guys retired. And there's a younger generation of sports writers that have now come into the game that literally grew up as kids seeing the Sammy Sosa McGuire home run chase, seeing Barry Bonds break it, seeing him put up these historical type seasons where, the guy didn't make it out. His on base percentage was like a 900 and he broke the record for walks and home runs and all this kind of nonsense. Right. And they look at it and they say, look, his performance on the field was amazing. Whether or not, steroids or anything else had to do with it, the guy was amazing on the field. And all these other writers said that prior to him, quote unquote, doing steroids, he was still a Hall of Famer. Yeah, and a lot of those younger writers are starting to vote for guys like Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, because they're like, yo, man, what I saw on the field was amazing. Whether or not it helped them or cheated or whatever it was, they're not Pete Rose or maybe it's getting to a point where, the Pete Roses and the Joe Jacksons and all these other ball players that were banned from baseball, that they had the actual statistics to be in the Hall of Fame, should be in there. And I know it's sort of long-winded, but it's just, what I'm trying to get at is that, a lot of opinions throughout generations change. And you have a younger generation that's growing up and is seeing all this, Corona and all the different things we kind of were joking about, making light of, that when they're of age and they get to our age, their opinion is going to be way different than what we could possibly imagine it would be today. And that's just how things are progressing. And I just use baseball as an analogy, to be honest.
Well, what if, sorry, Mike, just one little quick point here. What if we just made a Cheaters Hall of Fame and just inducted everybody?
I always wanted to do that. I forgot who it was that said that shit years ago. They were like, yo, why don't you just like build like an annex to the Hall of Fame and like you have like fucking the 90s and 2000s or whatever Hall of Fame, right? You just put them over there and you have the other guys on the other side. Like whatever. Like, everything's got to be, can't be separate and equal, can't be any divisions. It's all got to be one, all right? So that's it.
Barry Bonds' problem, he just did too much steroids. Like, you could do like a little bit of it and get away with it, but my man did so many steroids that eventually he looked like the Ultimate Warrior. Like, it was just like, enough, dude. Like, you gotta fucking chill. Like, all of a sudden, like, I understand you love hitting home runs, bang, it goes over the fence, but I didn't want to go over the next building. Like, that dude was just hitting bombs into like fucking lakes and shit. Like, everybody knew they were on fucking steroids. Him, McGuire, Sosa, like, but it was after the 94 strike and baseball sucked. Nobody was watching. Then all of a sudden they let these dudes just fucking do whatever the fuck they wanted. So they were like, yeah, fucking shoot me up. Right. They were fucking like lab monkeys. And then they fucking got all the fucking juice. They got jacked up. They started banging home runs left and fucking right. It was fantastic, man. There was nothing better than that era of fucking baseball. Go back and watch those fucking games. It was fucking absolutely terrific.
And and that's such a great thing too, right? You make it that it was after the strike, which it was, right? So it was late 90s, early 2000s. But the crazy thing was that, steroids was running rampant through the NFL and football in general. And it was always looked at as that kind of a drug to help their sport. And all the baseball players, the ones that are actually honest, that were from like the late 70s, early 80s, when all that kind of stuff started coming about, they were afraid to take it, not because of the effects, not because of the ramifications of them cheating, but because of the fact that they thought that if they bolt up that much, it would affect their swing. And they wouldn't be able to have the same kind of baseball swing. That's a fact. Any of the ones that were real and honest, they thought it would affect their ability on the field other than help perform. And then when these guys took the chances and you had guys like, I think it was like Matt Noakes. I can't even think of the name of him right now. That was on the fucking Giants. He had like 2 good seasons where he hit like 50 home runs. You know what I mean? Like, well, that shit started happening. All the guys that were super talented started doing it. And then it just became what we knew of the steroid era.
Yeah.
It's a wild
I was talking about this actually yesterday with a friend of ours, Garath Grass.
Sounds familiar.
Garath. You know Garath Grass?
It sounds very familiar. I don't know his last name. Oh, that's his last. Okay.
Is he a Bears fan?
Yeah. So we were talking about this actually. I don't know why we were talking about Barry Bonds and taking steroids. It's fucking funny. But I guess he read something or watched a documentary on him, and he was basically just pissed because he was like, I'm better than Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. and they're getting all this fame. He was like, I'm gonna show him what's up and take this fucking this juice and destroy everybody.
That's why he did it.
You know? Yeah, I mean that's what G was telling me. Yeah, I mean I guess he read something somewhere or like saw a fucking.
So that was out of the book Juiced. That was the one that supposedly was Jose Canseco's version of how the events unfolded in the Major League Baseball. So the actual ghostwriter that he actually wrote that book came into my bar years ago when I was bartending, and it was him. It was the guy, right? So him and I having that conversation, and we had really, really in-depth conversation regarding the entire issue. But yes, 1000%. That was what was said about Bonds. And it's even brought up today with some of the writers where they're like, look, he was a Hall of Famer prior to that, him taking the steroids. Yeah. And they didn't use the words like you did, but that's kind of the bottom line, where it was just like he looked at me and goes, yo, I'm so much better than McGuire and Sosa. And they got all that national attention and they broke the record and all this kind of nonsense. He's like, yo, if I took it, he goes, I would crush baseball. And he did.
Yeah.
And then he crushed baseball.
Yeah,
like, all right.
They're taking fucking stories to pretty much change their fucking bodies, to fucking, you're changing it into something else. It's basically like, Jules, you've seen the fucking, I know you watch South Park like crazy. So you've seen the one with the Macho Man Randy Savage, where he's winning all the awards. You've seen that, right? So for anybody that never seen this episode, it's the Macho Man Randy Savage. He's basically a transgender woman, and he's competing in all these events, and he's just fucking destroying all these women. Like in boxing, he's beating this shit out of every woman. Like he's fucking lifting weights, he's doing all this shit, like everything. It's a fucking Macho Man, and he's like, it should not be allowed. So basically, like, this happened in real life. Did you know this? There's a girl or a man or whatever the fuck named Leah Thomas, a 22-year-old transgender swimmer. She goes to University of Pennsylvania, speaking of Pennsylvania, and she's just been shattering every woman's record at school because she's obviously a fucking man. Like all the testosterone, you're going to be a better fucking swimmer, most likely. She's like fucking Michael Phelps in a fucking like a transgender body. Like she's just crushing it. And she's probably on steroids too. Who the fuck knows? She's probably taking testosterone. So she's just fucking crushing everything. Sort of hormone, right? Of course, you gotta be like, he gotta be, or she gotta be, whatever the fuck. It's just not fair, man. How do you accept that? Why are people so accepting of that when you should not be? It's not right,
And I'm actually pretty sure Michael Phelps actually spoke out against that, and they caught a whole backlash of heat.
Because that's why I don't want. That's why they don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, this is what he should do. In order to get back at them, he should make a stand. He should cut his dick off, become a woman, and dominate every fucking woman's sport ever known to mankind. Because he'd win every swimming contest. He's a fucking elite human being. He'd probably destroy every record that a woman ever set in their lives. But you gotta feel bad for the women, though. What? Michelle Phelps, right?
Michelle Phelps.
Dude, you gotta feel. We've talked about this before. You have to feel bad for the women. You have to side with them because they're getting the shit end of the stick, man. It wasn't that long ago that they couldn't even fucking vote, and they were in their kitchens, and they didn't have jobs. They weren't even allowed to really have jobs, like go to college and shit like that. Now they're allowed to do all that, and now men are taking it back from them. They're saying, "Fuck you! I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna show you how to become a better you. I can destroy you in everything, and somehow I can have a baby now too. You're useless." Watch out, women. Watch out.
I'm gonna tuck my penis behind my legs. I'm gonna fucking win this contest. Fucking nuts. It's nuts what's going on in the world, and people are just accepting of it because they're afraid of the backlash that Michael Phelps got, that Jules just said. Like, they're scared of that. Yeah. It's so fucked up. Just be honest. We know what you all are thinking. Just fucking say it. Stop being a bitch.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech? You're allowed to say what you're thinking, okay? If it offends someone, too fucking bad. You know what they say, right? What is this? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Whatever the fuck happened to that nursery rhyme?
That was the biggest lie nursery rhyme of all time. That's what happened to it. Of course, words hurt me. They fucking hurt.
Right. They sting.
They hurt.
They sting.
All right. So listen, Let me
Trying to
ask you
break
this.
my leg.
I'd rather you hit me with a fucking stick in my shoulder
you
than
would
make me
not.
feel
No, you
bad mentally.
Or my
So
shit.
you'd rather that torture that they gave to that kid that I don't know, he fucking had like a bag of heroin on him in fucking Taiwan like 20 years ago, and they beat the fuck out of him with a bamboo stick. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta look that up. I gotta Google it. But there was
Jules,
a
all I
very
said, I'd rather
convincing-
you hit me with a fucking stick in my shoulder once. I
Oh,
didn't
no,
talk
okay,
about
honestly, no, you
Chinese
weren't that
torture
specific,
methods.
Right.
I'm gonna get a bamboo stick and be like, yeah,
You're way
I'm
off.
talking about like a twig that'll break on my arm when
yeah,
you hit
no
me with it.
shit, bro.
You know how you like it'd be the worst to get tortured where you have to get tied up and you have to listen to the same song over and over again? I would hate to listen to the Cars for Kids commercial, like over like KARS Cars for Kids. Imagine listening to that for 24 hours straight. It would drive me off the ledge, dude. I would never be the same. I would never, because I hear it once or twice in a row and I'm fucked up for like the whole day.
Dude, once or twice, I hear the jingle about to start, and I'm immediately like running to change the channel. Fuck, I don't care where I am, what I'm doing. I could be in the middle of taking a shit. I'll run off the toilet bowl just to fucking change the channel, right? That's how much that song drives me crazy.
Fucking, you got a shitty car and you hear the fucking song come on. You're like, I can't take it anymore. You drive it over the bridge. Like,
You're
ain't
squeezed.
nobody getting this fucking car. You fucking smash it off the bridge.
I was gonna
Dude,
say
I agree
rip
with
off
you.
the
Yeah.
radio and throw it out the window, but yeah, drive the whole fucking vehicle off the road. It's the fuck. That's fucking some Chinese torture. If they want to win, if China wants to beat America, kidnap us and just fucking constantly play that fucking song. Woo.
Yo, you know, right? Because they did do that, right? It's supposedly in Guantanamo Bay, they were playing like crazy music, like heavy metal music for hours and hours with the strobing lights. They fucked up. They used to just be like 1877 cars.
Maximum tax deductions. Fuck you little
Yeah.
shit. You don't
They
even know
had the
what that
fucking,
is.
they had the metal music on, and then like the guy's fucking Pandora subscription ran out, and the commercial came on, the 1877 cars, and everybody went fucking nuts. And they realized we've been going about this all wrong this whole time.
Tell you
They're
everything
killing
you need to
themselves.
know.
Goddamn commercial. Put the fucking heavy metal back on. Oh my god. That's fucking great.
I've given so many. I donated like 18 cars to Cars for Kids in my life. Every car that I had that it was like smoke, it was toast.
Maximum tax deduction.
Fucking donated these cars because what are you gonna do? Just throw it out?
Yeah,
Might as well give it to somebody.
Hey, might as well give it to one of these stupid kids with a guitar.
With a guitar.
I mean, they're not even fucking playing real music. They're pretending.
Boom, boom, boom. One night.
And for some crazy reason, I've heard that jingle so many times that I don't even think it's kids singing. I think it's like fucking adults pretending to be kids, and it's their voices like as a kid's voice singing that fucking jingle. That's
Isn't
how
it
much
some-
it's in my head.
It's midget.
Isn't it a dude? Isn't it a dude singing with like kids in the background? Isn't it the guy that goes 1-800 cars for kids? Like
I do the kid voice, man, but it's like a fake noise. It's like how they lure kids off the street with like, "You want some candy?" And also like, "Look, there's other kids here." It's like, 1-800 cars for kids. It gets bad, bro. It's weird. I'm telling you, these jingles fucked in my head. Why'd you bring it up, Mike?
Jared from Subway probably came up with that fucking jingle. That fucking piece of shit. Somebody had that shit from down south though. The way Nick said it before is like, yeah, like it's that fucking boy. It's just irritating. It makes me want to fucking punch that motherfucker. Whoever thought about that fucking song should just go to hell. Go to fucking hell. You ruined like life for fucking people, man. Coming up with that
But
jingle.
you know what? Then the flip side of it is, it's that fucking like burnt into your brain that you can't forget it.
Right.
That's
You
it.
can't.
Like that shit will be with me to the day I die. It might be like the last words that come out. 177.
in a hospital bed.
Oh my god! Yeah, your fucking kids. Your kids make it late. Your kids make it late to the fucking hospital, and they're like, "What did he say? What was his last words?"
Said cars for kids.
Does that mean he wants us to donate his car to kids?
I can't be 100% sure, but I think he said 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
You sure that's what it's in his will? Yeah, he wrote it
Kids
about.
are like,
He wrote about 500 times.
he was such a
Maximum tax
giver.
deduction.
Always the giver. Your dad was.
Holy shit.
Little do they know that you had a fucking 100 pounds of Colombian Bam Bam in the trunk of the car that you donated and you forgot, and you were trying to give them a fucking hint.
Bam.
Oh shit! What else we got here?
Fucking great.
Damn. Oh, Supreme Court masks mandate redone, taken back. The Supreme Court apparently has ruled that the mask mandates were illegal from the start somehow. This is all hearsay. I've been told this story. I didn't read it all.
Not true.
It's not true. It is true.
No, it is true.
Okay.
It
So
is
it was
true.
illegal from the start. You don't have to wear a mask anymore in New York, right?
You're
And
wrong.
now the governor, okay, correct me now.
All right, because they just flipped it and reversed it. They pulled a Missy Elliott. So the Supreme Court, you're right, Nick. They said they took it back. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. All of a sudden, 2 hours later, they flipped it and reversed it. Still got to wear a mask.
What? How?
Yeah, I just fucking read it right now. The judge restores New York's mask mandate 2 hours ago.
Dude, that's like your parents like punish you and then they're like, you're not punished for the whole weekend. And then 1.2 fucking seconds later, like, nah, you are punished though.
No, it would be actually kind of cooler if your parents did ground you, right? And then they came back in the room, they're like, we feel bad. We don't want to do that kind of parenting. You know what? You want to go out with your friends and they let you like take a shower, get dressed, call your boys and girls up, whatever, you're going to go meet up. And then you get to go walk out the door and they're like standing in front, they close the door, get the fuck out of here. Go get the fuck up out of here.
What kind of evil?
shine box?
That's some evil shit.
I think that's how I would torture my kids. I'm just like, this right now. Like, that's probably why I don't have any right now, because like I would come up with this kind of crazy shit. Like, you know what? Yeah, let's be right. Today's day and age, you're gonna put me on social media as a bad dad or something because I punished you because you just fucking robbed the bank or something. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's all right. But I don't want to punish you. Go out with your friends, and as soon as you get the door, fucking lock that door, take their keys, I'll flatten all their fucking tires. I'm like, how you fucking gonna get out there, bro? You can't use Uber because Daddy can't use Uber.
You're gonna make
my account.
You're gonna make a great dad. Let me tell you.
the kid's 12 years old. He's like, Dad, you just fucking flattened all your tires. I don't even drive, you lunatic.
Like, that's how crazy Daddy is. All right, he'll just use Lyft.
Wow. Yeah, so they reversed this fucking mask mandate with the fucking quickness. And you guys, you know what? You've seen the commercials with that Indian doctor in the lab coat talking about COVID every fucking day, no matter what fucking channel you're watching. He's always on saying you got to wear the mask, blah, blah, blah. So I fucking heard this shit this morning. So basically, like, the news was started leaking, like, science has pretty much said that these cloth masks don't do shit. They don't work. They don't have any impact on anything. So now this fucking stupid doctor that's been all over the news and all over the fucking TV and the radio, I heard him on the radio today saying, well, now the new science suggests that besides the cloth mask, you wear a tighter mask over your cloth mask so it gets real tight so you don't have to spread the virus. I'm like, did you just fucking hear yourself? I almost fucking crashed my car, man. I couldn't fucking believe it. I heard this on the fucking radio. I'm like, is this for real? Like, I thought I was getting punked. I'm like, am I getting fucking punked by this fucking crazy ass doctor that I keep seeing every fucking where? Even during the NFL playoffs, I see this motherfucker. He's everywhere.
Was this the same cocksucker that was on my radio the other day that said, I don't remember what his name was, but he was like, they finally admitted that vaccinated and unvaccinated people are getting the virus. But remember, get your booster.
Same guy.
Your booster.
Same fucking same asshole.
Oh my God, dude. Give up already, guys. Give up.
They can't, because people still buy into this bullshit. They still believe it. Like, how stupid are you? Like, they keep flip-flopping shit. It's amazing. Amazing.
Well, that's the other thing too, right? Because like they say that like obviously your body, because this is how it works, builds up immunities if you have a disease, right? Like that's usually will occur, right? So if you had COVID, you build up some sort of immunity towards it, right? Maybe not enough, but you build up some. And then they tell you not only one, but you need to get 2 shots for your vaccination. So let's say the person that did have fucking COVID survived it, they're fine. Now they go out, they get their two immunity shots. And now they turn around and say, well, you know what? After 6 months, you need to go get a booster shot too.
Right.
It's like, bro, how much of this fucking like COVID disease do I need to put in my body? If I already caught it, I already fucking took 2 doses of it to get like a, immunity, for fucking my regular shot vaccination. And now you want me to take a booster? Fuck you.
Dude.
Like, enough to take it. I'm good, bro. I'm not gonna get hooked on your drug, all right?
Just
It's like a drug dealer. Remember how they used to do it back in the day? They give you that free joint. Hey, you want to smoke?
Yeah. Now you're hooked.
Yeah. Yo, you want some next? Yo, I'm gonna give you a good deal, $10. Then you go back next week, that shit's 20. And then all of a sudden it's like $40 you need to buy.
And then you're broke.
Yeah, they just broke as fuck. And you're like, yo.
Please, just
I need another vaccine. Hit me again, god damn it. God damn it.
just wrap me up like a fucking mummy, man, and get it over with already. Just fucking tape my face, fucking wrap my whole fucking body so I can fucking walk in public. That's what it's coming down to. It's a joke.
It is though, man. Like, that whole mask situation. Look, if you're in close quarters, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, you're in like a really tight space, maybe ordering something, right? They want you to have a mask on. I'm okay with that. If I'm outside and it's like a nice bar area or something, and everybody's spread out, it's not overly crowded. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not like outside in the park. I ain't fucking wearing a mask in the park. Go fuck yourself, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this shit hits the air. It's not a fucking airborne drug. It's not gonna like last in the fucking ozone in the atmosphere and just like keep traveling along and hop onto this person and then go fucking from there to the next. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If that was the case, then every single person that's alive on this planet would have COVID. Done. Wrap it up. It's a wrap. And that's not the case. So like, stop. They just don't know what it was. It's a test for the government to see how much control they can have over the whole entire globe and how much people will be gullible to fucking buy into everything. Did people get sick? Did I lose my taste for like a day and a half? Sure. Yeah. Did some people die from it? I'm sure they did. You know what I mean? But like the fact that like even Meatloaf, who passed away this past weekend, Thursday night last week, they were saying that he was unvaccinated and that, he was definitely suffering from COVID. It's like, bro, really? Was he though? Or did he have other fucking conditions that like weakened his immune system and he actually contracted COVID as well as everything else that was going on?
He ate too much meatloaf. They said the same thing, Jules. Like, and I'll give you the opposite of that. Meatloaf being unvaccinated. Bob Saget, he passed away. He was vaccinated. He recently just had the booster shot. He recently named his fucking testicles the Olsen twins. And like,
Did he?
And he just fucking died. Yeah, he named it Mary Kate and Ashley.
Wow, that's a little creepy.
No,
that's creepy. He didn't, did he?
He didn't.
Wait, so are you trying to say that he died because of the shots?
But he just recently like talked about it in an interview. He just got his booster on the interview like weeks ago, and then all of a sudden he died. But people, they don't talk about that, but they'll sure talk about Meatloaf because he was unvaccinated and he passed away. But they don't bring up a guy that just got vaccinated and passed away. Why don't they go to that route? Why did it just have to be that narrative only of somebody that didn't get vaccinated? It's fucking crazy.
Listen, they just brought up the fact that Sarah Palin, right? Who ran for president a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, she's hot.
She contracted corona for the second time, but she's unvaccinated. Listen, I know people that are vaccinated. This is a fact. I know multiple people that caught it, got vaccinated, and they had corona a second time.
Wow.
Oh, you don't hear that hitting the fucking news waves?
Right.
Ever.
How does that happen?
Right.
It's really
but you know
fucked up.
what? When they caught it the second time, it wasn't as bad because they were vaccinated. I says who?
Right, exactly. Right. This was right. You don't fucking know. You don't know. The virus is weaker now. So like, how do you know that it did anything at all?
Right.
True. Every variant on a disease naturally gets weaker. variants don't get stronger. That's just not how it works in fucking the real world, in the science world. So people saying that Omicron virus is coming out and it's super spread, like it's supposed to be weaker. If it's stronger, then you know that shit was created in the lab, because that shit's not supposed to fucking do that. But whatever.
It's like
What do we
CDs,
know?
right? Remember we used to burn CDs back in the day? But
Yes.
by the time you get to like the 10th burned copy of that CD, that 10th would suck compared to the first one.
That shit was whack. You couldn't even fucking hear it.
Yeah. You had that shit on 10. You still weren't hearing it. What the fuck's going on with this?
Dude, there was some other shit too talking about that. There was I read an article. There was a guy on he was number 1 to get a heart transplant, right? But because he was unvaccinated, they took him off the fucking list just because he refused to get the shot. All he had to do was get the COVID shot and he'd be like back to number 1 on the list, but he refused. He stood his ground and decided not to take it. And I tell you, man, if that doesn't tell you like what his beliefs are, like that's a strong person. But for them to fucking take him off the list on that kind of bullshit is just like, what kind of sinister hospital are you fucking running?
Seriously.
Terrible.
Well, number one, I don't think somebody that needs a fucking heart transplant should be given a vaccine, right? That's unstudied, that could potentially put him in fucking danger. Like a lot of people get sick from the fucking vaccine. Why would you want somebody that has a fucking heart problem to get sick? Like, what does he need to be vaccinated for, guys? Why? Because you think that he has a higher chance of dying after he gets the heart and it's going to be a waste? All right, if you really think that, I mean, if there was proven fucking facts and it was like 50% to 1% kind of thing, then yeah, that makes sense. But we don't even know what the real number is. Even if there is one, it could be the opposite fucking way. We don't fucking know.
What if the heart that they were transplanting it from was from a vaccinated person? And they just wanted to make sure that they didn't fuck the dude up by like fucking taking the heart and putting it into him because he's not vaccinated, that like his body wouldn't accept it.
That's a good point too. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that.
Shit.
Damn. Man, makes
who knows, but
yeah, that's what helps. The fucking beer makes it help. I think if you just drink beer and smoke a lot of weed, I don't think you'll ever get COVID. I just think it's like you're almost immune to it. So people should just do that.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. If that guy ends up dying because of this, then like they should be able to. I mean, suing doesn't fucking do anything for anybody. You know what I mean? But like, that's a fucking loss. How is that not a lawsuit? Like, the medical field is there to save you and help you. People pay them.
We pay them.
They took an oath, for crying out loud. They like to save your life if you need it. You don't shun somebody away that's like that. Number one, probably has health insurance, pays for it, legally should get that care. When the next day the whole bill can overturn and then he could get his fucking heart surgery done. You know, this stuff is so fickle. The rules are so fickle. They change all the time. It's like, wait a second, step back, figure it all out, then make your fucking rules with real facts instead of bullshit fucking opinions, right? These motherfuckers, the heads of the CDC, the head of this, the head of that, have changed their position on the virus and the vaccine and the masks dozens of times. And they're allowed to. And everybody that supports them will give all these excuses like, oh, the vaccine wasn't supposed to stop the virus in the first place. It was supposed to weaken it. No. Go back and look at what you said previously about how it will be stopped. You will not get this virus. I'm sure if like somebody had a camera on me all the time and brought my words back up, I'd be like, oh shit, I said that? I'm an idiot. But these people don't even own up to it. You know, maybe they forgot that they said it, but it's right there. Own up to it. Say, guys, like, be honest. I'm just a person. This is new. So I'm going to say that this is the best way that I think it should be done. There shouldn't be fucking mandates. There shouldn't be rules. The people that believe this guy should put their masks on. You shouldn't be mad at the guy that fucking doesn't put his mask on if he doesn't want to. And then you keep it moving. And then we find out from there. Did all the people with no masks die as opposed to all the people with masks? Because if so, then those people will probably put fucking masks on instead of being forced without fucking real facts. You know, like, come on, it's fucking stupid.
I mean,
I
listen,
agree.
I wish that Uber driver that drove me this past Friday had a fucking driver cam, because I'd love to see some of the shit I was probably spitting out on Friday night. I mean, I'm like, oh my god, I said that.
That's probably why he got kicked out and fucking got less than
That
5
makes a lot
stars.
more sense.
Well, that's it, man. I think that's a wrap on the Mix It Up podcast. So,
Wrapping it up, fellas.
you know where they
Thanks
can
for having
find
me
us.
on.
man.
Appreciate it. I love coming on. You know, chilling in fucking sunny Florida. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
cool. It's all good.
It looks sunny. We can see the sun behind you to the left of your shoulder over there. It's coming down. It's going down.
I'm in a blackout party right now, so we blacked out the sun. All right, you know the blackout parties. I'm gonna open up the shade, and the sun will just be like beaming out.
Shit. You're in a different time zone, right? Florida's in a different time zone, right?
Definitely from New York, absolutely.
It's fucking 14 hours ahead right now. It's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Florida, the capital of the United States of America, and the country we live in. But anyway, like, that was a great podcast, guys. I'm Mike. That's Nick. That's Jules. Nick, where can they find us besides going on our website, which is the BBLMYG pod and the mixituppodcast.com? Just go fucking check us out. It's all in our link. It's in our links. It's at Mike Trainer MFT on Twitter.
You can
Said
find
Jules NYC 1 too.
you can find one of us in Florida right now. That's for sure. You can find 2 of us in Yonkers. What's up? Why, yo, Westchester? Whoever shouts out Westchester, like, yo, WC, motherfucker, Westchester.
WC community.
Well, you know, just real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in there, but there is a Westchester in Illinois. It's like kind of just outside of Chicago, so there is a little bit of a fucking confusion there. So you don't know if you come
In
from
Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, too.
In
Right where the monkey
Pennsylvania,
went.
there's a few Westchesters, so I get it.
Yeah. Speaking of Westchester, that's where Bam Margera is from, Westchester, Pennsylvania. Remember Bam?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, from Jackass.
Yeah, dude, Jackass. They're coming out with a new Jackass movie. It looks
seen it.
hilarious.
I've seen it. Listen, if you haven't seen, did you ever see the Steve-O stand up on Amazon Prime?
No.
Yo, go watch that shit tonight. You're gonna laugh your balls off.
Yeah.
What he does on stage, he just doesn't do a stand-up. He does all this fucking crazy shit on the stage too. Like, he's pouring like lemons in his fucking eyeballs. He's getting kicked in the nuts. He's fucking like putting ladders up on his fucking. Yeah, he's absolutely.
This was pre sober Steve-O.
Well, he's telling the stories about the pre-sober Steve-O. So he was like sober. He said he just got sober, but he was telling all the crazy shit he did. Like, yo, he lived a fucking wild life, man. If I ever lived that life for a day, I'd be dead in a fucking day. Like, what he did, like, it's just, I'm telling you, go watch it on Amazon Prime. Besides this podcast, like and subscribe, but go watch the fucking Steve-O.
I know which one you're talking about. Okay,
Yo, it's great. Watch it again if you haven't seen it in a while, because I'm telling you, it's fucking balls to the wall, hilarious.
I gotta tell you something before we sign off. When I was in Acapulco, I saw Steve-O at a club do everything you just fucking said, dude. He broke a bottle of glass, cut his tongue with it, right? Was doing something on a ladder. He pissed into a cup, made some dude drink it, gave some dude a bottle of tequila that was staying at my hotel, made him chug it before his fucking whole act was over. Like, did all, and I remember the lemons thing, dude. He did everything on this fucking stage at this club.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, just watch a little bit of it tonight. I'm telling you, it's just too much, man.
Dude drank his piss, bro. He pissed in a cup and the dude drank it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And this dude ripped a whole bottle of tequila within like an hour because he was at my hotel.
Was that your hotel?
This kid was at my hotel, dude. All the people from Real World and Road Rules. Remember those shows?
Yeah.
Well, they're still going, actually. Dude, they were all at my hotel. And all the fucking some of the guys from Jackass were there. Bam Margera was there. All these chicks. Remember Alton and Irulan from the Bronx? You remember them? Dude, if you saw these people from Road Rules and Real World, right? Okay. So we were everybody was giving them the cold shoulder, like, oh, fuck these people, right? So we're sitting down in this group at like a group setting before we're going to the club, and they're all hanging out at the table. So we just went over to them. We're like, hey guys, what's up? We know you from Road Rules and Real World and all that shit. Dude, some of the girls were doing wet t-shirt contest flags from Road Rules and Real World, right? So we went over to them and they're like, oh, we love you guys. We're like, oh, they're like, we're from the Bronx. We're from fucking whatever. I'm like, oh, from Yonkers. We're drinking tequila with them. We're drinking 151. They're like this. You guys are coming everywhere with us tonight, right? They took like 8 of us to their VIP sections in the fucking club, bro. We're partying with them. Like we were going into the club. The guy goes like this with the thing, like the fucking whatever.
Rope.
The rope. He goes, nah. And this dude, Elton, looks back at us. He goes, nah, they're with us. Let's us in, right? We're hanging out like bottle service and shit. And then they gave us their numbers and shit. We had their fucking phone numbers.
Get them on the podcast.
Yeah,
like
Duh.
10 years later.
It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. But what was the moral of the story? Jackass is coming out and we're pumped up about it.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
So take that. Mix It Up podcast fans.
Yep.
So that's it. That's a wrap on this week. But I don't know. Maybe next week Jules surprises us and comes back on this podcast again. But you never know what the Mix It Up is going to bring week to week. Who knows? But we'll be back with another fine episode next week. So peace.